where back there when I was coming along, I jammed all the way back there with Bird. See, that was one of the things that brought on the union. Bird was hired at the Mayako Club in California. He was the only one hired. Yet they had a piano, and they had a bass and drums, and with so many cats wanted to play with him, they were there, waiting in line. Piano players, bass players, drummers, just to have that chance to play with Bird. And saxophone players and everything. The bandstand would just be so crowded, but Bird knew how to do it. He called a number that he knew that they didn't know, and they'd all split. See, this goes back where I used to go nightly to see him, because Miles Davis was in Benny Carter's band. See, we were in Benny Carter's band together. See, many people don't know.
I didn't know Miles played with Benny Carter.
You see what I mean? That's when he was in the band, came out of school, came out there, was played with Benny Carter's orchestra. And
did he have his chops together at that point?
Huh?
He was pretty young. Did he have his chops together?
Yeah, he was still wearing knickers at that time. And he had developed chops then. And he left Benny Carter's band, and that's when he went with Bird. See, from every night to go to the Mayako Club, and he came and said, "Man, I gotta get out. I gotta get out." And so that's when he left Benny Carter and went with Charlie Parker. And that's where Bird was taking him around, see. That's where that started. And then I used to hang all the time with Red Rodney. All the time. His parents had a grocery store about a half a block from my house, and I knew where I could always go get groceries and everything and put them on the bill and go pay for it later. And so we were very dear, close friends of the family. Red Rodney, his wife and all. And this is where Miles left. And he always had respect for me as years went by. Because a lot of the people, he turned it back on, or else they wanted to see him and then he'd say no. But Al Green was one of the guys that if it's a line from here over there to the swimming pool there, you see Al Green, let him through. And all the security and everything with Chris. I remember over in Nice, where there'd be so many people. They say, "Come on backstage, man." And it would be Miles. So that was always a spell, you understand? The people couldn't understand. What about him, you know? But we broke bread together, but we didn't have no money. And then in Lionel Hampton's band, I was going there. Quincy and Jones and I used to be roommates and everything. Quincy played trumpet in Lionel Hampton's band, see? So as life went along, that gave me opportunities to play movies and recordings and all like that for Quincy. Still do. Although it's been a little while now. But like the last one was, the big one was like, I played Seeley's Blues.
What was it?
Seeley's Blues for in the film The Color Purple. Like Whoopi Goldberg and everything. Seeley's Blues. Why? Because I developed something with the plunger that I could make these fills, and then me and Toots Stillman did a movie where we just did nothing but the cuss words in the film, Last of the Mobile Hot Shots, which Quincy wrote the music. In fact, Quincy wanted me to come to California and just work out there in the studios and everything. But being a jazz player, again, I knew I could make more money that way, but here I wanted to be hang around Diz or that crowd and play jazz. And so,
when you when you were playing with Benny Carter that Bird arrived on the scene?
Yeah, it was always a toss-up then who was better, Benny Carter or Charlie Parker. And the next thing, the birds started beating him out, like in the polls and such like that. Why? Because Benny Carter had got a cyst on his lip. Because at that time, he was the biggest of the trumpet player hits. I Surrendered Dear, and then Savannah Churchill, and all like this. And he got a cyst on the lip, and therefore he had lip trouble for a long period of time. Plus, he gave it up to go write where he could make big money writing for the studio, which many people didn't know, because in those days, your name wasn't mentioned if you were a color. See, all those different periods, I've come through all those too, where you go around and get your food in the back. And I first went to Las Vegas and all like that, working out there. We had to go down in the hole. We had a battle of the bands with Harry James and Basie at the Flamingo, and we couldn't go out. Although I know you and you know me and wanted me to come out, until one night the Crosby boys came up and said, "Hey, we're throwing a party for the Basie band, but we're not going to be buying bottles of champagne, $100 a bottle down in the basement." And they let us out, and we refused to go back after that. And Count Basie thought he was going to lose his job, but we fought for that. And I could be here all day long talking to you about all kinds of events like that. But you just don't do that. I choose to go on with the music.